In Mayfield, Kentucky is about to be ripped apart like never before, and the stories from inside the storm are about to send chills down your spine. From desperate parents cramming their families into a car as the tornado barrels down on them, to candle factory workers clinging to hope under collapsed walls, and officers battling both chaos and fear as their jail crumbles around them, this is one night where every second counts and the impossible becomes reality. Trust me, you don't want to miss how these lives intersect as disaster changes everything. This is the epic recap and ending explained for In the Eye of the Storm Season 3, Episode 3. The episode opens with the haunting warnings of local news, a catastrophic tornado, lives already being changed, prayers being begged for the town of Mayfield. We're introduced to Kiana Lou Parsons, a hardworking mother and supervisor at the local candle factory. Her day starts on a familiar note. She's joking with a friend on the phone about still heading to work, needing Christmas cash, unaware her world is about to be upended. The Kentucky air is strangely warm for December, and the candle factory is alive with the soothing scent of eucalyptus mint. Even the meteorologist, Chris Bruin from the Weather Channel, remarks how this outbreak is weird for winter. Tornadoes in December don't usually pack this kind of punch. As darkness falls, the atmosphere shifts. Chris is in his hotel after a live broadcast. Sirens begin blaring through the night. Thunder booms. He starts filming. The radar shows a monstrous storm barreling straight for Mayfield. When Chris describes a tornado emergency for the city, you can feel the dread. This is the worst it gets, a huge, violent twister headed right for downtown at night, virtually invisible. The local police lieutenant Derek Vaughan is on edge. Mayfield's already weathered severe storms, but this is different. Derek moves police cruisers to shield them behind the department building, hoping to spare what he can. Every time lightning flashes, he sees the tornado get larger, angrier. Knowing their only real safe spot is the storm-rated basement, Derek rounds up 30 people and crowds them below ground as winds roar and doors shudder. The sound is so intense, like being underwater, thick and heavy, but what truly shakes Derek is the series of deafening pops and crashes overhead. Fear is everywhere, and he wonders if this is his last day. He jumped to Joseph Seidel at the courthouse jail, responsible for nearly 100 inmates plus coworkers. When the tornado slams the jail, the ceiling caves in and chaos erupts. Joseph and his team are suddenly dealing with structural collapse, debris-covered hallways, and the possibility of inmates escaping into the chaos or being injured in the rubble. The radio chatter is tense. The priority flips instantly from everyday discipline to survival for everyone, criminals and staff alike. Back in the candle factory, Kiana and 60 others are at work, ears popping from the pressure. When the rumbling intensifies, she's literally lifted before the building crashes down on them, screams filling the darkness. Trapped, Kiana clutches her phone, streaming to Facebook Live to steady her nerves. As rescue workers claw through the debris, listening for cries, Kiana's thoughts race to her 5 children. Will she ever see them again? Miraculously, she becomes the last person pulled out alive, staggering into the night atop splintered ruins. Meanwhile, Courtney Stewart, a mom of 9 from Bremen, Kentucky, has a gut feeling something isn't right. She scrambles to corral her kids as the tornado approaches, grabbing handfuls and hustling them into the car. The chaos outside is unimaginable. Debris pelts the car like bullets, metallic shrieks and muffled screams echo inside. Their survival is pure luck, but the trauma lingers. Storm chasers Jordan Hall and Scott race into Manette, Arkansas, catching up with the tornado by its flashes of lightning. Chasing at night is a different beast. Every second counts. As the twister roars through, they're summoned into action at a damaged elderly home, searching for survivors as their firefighter instincts kick in. Emotional and overwhelmed, Jordan is reminded of the personal cost, thinking of his own family amid so much destruction. Mayfield's emergency services scramble as damage reports flood in. Derek finally checks on his own family. They're safe, allowing him to focus all his energy on helping the community. The jail is totaled, holes in walls, crumbling infrastructure, and guards and officers evacuate inmates amid constant worries about accountability and escape. Medical emergencies among inmates add to the pressure, and Joseph drives one to the hospital himself. The scope of the tornado outbreak becomes stunningly clear. At one point, over 78 tornado warnings are active, and the episode's cams show devastation from Arkansas to Kentucky. For the brave deputies Trent Arnold and Troy Blue, the mission becomes immediate rescue. They comb through shattered neighborhoods, finding 2 infants miraculously sheltered inside a debris-covered bathtub, a Bible and blankets, their only protection. The children survive, and their tearful reunion with their grandmother is an emotional highlight, pure hope amongst the horror. As the first monster tornado tracks northeast, a second is suddenly bearing down on Hopkins County. John Martin, at home with his wife and kids, does his best to stay calm, ushering his disabled wife into the bathroom as the sirens wail and then the power goes out. And the building shakes, blackness falls, and debris flies. The family survives, the bathroom standing amid half-destroyed walls, a real-life miracle. Simple materials, sparing lives where sturdier homes vanished. In the aftermath, the visual destruction is staggering. Hands sorting through rubble, survivors numbed by what they've endured, entire neighborhoods wiped from existence. The Candle Factory Police Headquarters, the Courthouse Jail, all reduced to twisted wreckage. The episode ends with survivors wrestling gratitude, heartbreak, and survivor's guilt. Yukiana reflects that her survival means something her children and Gaith get her through. Courtney finds out she's pregnant, a bittersweet hope blooming from tragedy. John jokes that even the dog came out okay, but can't help thinking of all the families less fortunate. To wrap things up, this episode paints a raw, intimate portrait of an American town struck by one of the most violent tornadoes ever recorded. The camera's lens is unflinching, showing not just the physical damage, but the emotional toll: a mother's panic, a police officer's duty, a worker's helplessness, and the community's shared terror. Miracles emerge, babies unhurt, last-minute rescues, but so does real loss, both material and personal. One thing's clear: nighttime tornadoes like this are unpredictable and uniquely devastating. All right, if these moments gripped your heart and you felt the urgency and emotion of Mayfield's long night, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What would you do in the face of an unstoppable storm? Who did any of these stories surprise you or change the way you see severe weather? Smash that like button, share this recap with anyone who needs to understand what these survivors went through, and make sure to subscribe for more detailed breakdowns and emotional real-life stories. Stay safe, stay alert, and I'll see you in the next one.